And also there's a saying, I don't know from which community, which says that what an old man sees seated,
yes,
a young man may be on top of the tallest tree, but they will not see it.
True.
Now, Mr. Raila Odinga has been in Kenya's political space for about 50 years, where he has had a very strong influence. And you recall, it's only Mr. Raila Odinga who's had handshakes with every president apart from the founding president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. So there's actually something he knows about Kenyan politics, about Kenyan economics,
yes,
about Kenya's stability, that the majority of us may never ever know in our lifetimes. So when he takes a decision to say that he's going to join President Ruto under the broad-based, you must ask yourself, why did he take this decision?
yes.
You know, there's some other people who wanted him to take a divergent path, but they actually don't know the meaning of taking a divergent position. They don't know the implications. And you know, at some stage when you go through social media, there are a couple of guys, a few guys who romanticize the dictatorships of some of these countries in Western Africa, like, for instance, President Traore and others. When they look at him, they imagine that this is what the world needs. But do you know that most of the news coming from those countries is actually misinformation and disinformation? And what would you rather have? A democracy where you have your freedom of speech, civil liberties and everything else, and you're under broad-based, or have a military leader whereby you can't even have this conversation. I remember, because I'm old enough, and I think I'm the oldest here, when we were growing up, we had something called a special branch. And men wouldn't even have conversation with their spouses. They wouldn't have a conversation with their partners, because you wouldn't know who is within the special branch. You wouldn't know when you're going to be a guest at Nyayo House. But look at the freedoms we have over here, and in good part because of Mr. Raila Odinga and the 2010 Constitution. There are sometimes, even as analysts, you censor yourself because there's actually nobody who is censoring you. You're essentially given a blank check. I've had the opportunity of visiting many African countries, and they watch Kenyan TV because of the freedoms we have. They get shocked that a President Ruto can take a decision and is challenged at the High Court, and he puts a break.
You remind me, I went to a certain country, African country, I don't want to mention it, and I said I'm a political journalist, and they couldn't understand what I'm discussing in politics because they have no that freedom. I agree with you.
And it's because of those freedoms that I think at the day before yesterday, a gentleman wanted to stop this funeral from taking place. Because you have a judiciary which in most parts enjoys institutional independence and also decisional independence.